'Twas a poor shot, that. You'll live. But for how long is the question? We've struck an iceberg. The incompetents, the idiots! That was an hour ago. The captain's called women and children to the boats. It's serious. She's sinking by the bow. She's got about an hour left, maybe a little more. The Rubaiyat. And a fine time I had getting it back from the purser. It's safer with you now. I've the painting. Take it, and make sure that necklace doesn't end up in the wrong hands. Zeitel must have hidden the notebook. Perhaps it's in his room. Cabin C, 59. The notebook lists the names of Russian radicals. The Germans actively encourage Lenin and other revolutionaries. You must recover that notebook. This information is vitally important to our Russian allies. I know you're hurt, but the Titanic's sinking. It's not going to be easy. The lifts have been shut down for good. We must get the evidence off the ship before it goes. So, up we go. Now get cracking.
You had wanted this? Not quick, are you? You think so?
If you've come to get me to leave, I'm not going. I'm not leaving Willie. I want to stay near him on the ship. We met here in the lounge the first night out. He introduced himself. Willie was so kind. Not like Mama's friends, they just want our money. I'm staying with him. We went for a walk that night on deck. There were so many stars, just like tonight. I told him, you can't see the stars in New York. The lights burn too bright. I told him to go to Central Park. I was going to take him to the park to show him the stars. Here, take this shawl. I don't need it. If you get to New York, visit the park. That's where you see stars.
I wondered when you'd rematerialize. We're in a bit of a spot, don't you think? Me? My lord, no, I'm too old and too fat for small boats. Besides, after spending my corporeal career communing with the beyond, I'm not too worried about joining it now. Visit Mr. Riviera, he's very high. But what's still unknown is what you will do. Don't you see? You've changed the past. You've had that chance. What you do now will change the future. Don't fail. I'm heading somewhere far more interesting. Let those who would stay save themselves. I suggest a hand of cards with Mr. Riviera.
You are proving surprisingly hardy, so perhaps you'll honor one more request. The evening's last, it would seem. A wise decision. You could save a life. The Lady Georgia's, of course. I've poisoned her. If you decide against helping me, she will die. But if you cooperate, the antidote for her. Why, there goes Mr. Ismay. He's abandoning ship. Not just the women and children. The president of the line gets a seat too. So, will you help? Good. Listen closely. You have the painting, and we both know its true value. Please, the painting. Thank you. And since I am a man of my word, the antidote. And in the spirit of the evening, I will even tell you where she is. Sasha's cabin, A14.
Help me, please. Quickly. God, thank you. Why has he done this? The one Sasha has, he wouldn't let it out of his sight. Sasha ran below, towards the turbine room, to retrieve his valuables. I don't know, can it matter now? Meet me then, on the boat deck, with the necklace. It's a new start. Go, now, we'll leave together.
Stand back! Ladies and gentlemen, maintain order! Women and children board first!
Prepare to swing out! Lifeboat away, sir!
Bonsoir, mon ami. Sit if you like. Talk to me. The Titanic is dying, but the games are still being played. Even here. Is that why you have come? For a game? My stakes? Why, mon ami, we play for souls. At least a substitute thereof. We must play for something real. Something a man would die for. Regardez. A carte d'entrée, a pass to the lifeboats. With this, you have life. Looks familiar, eh? What do you wish to put down in return? Ah, jewelry. Such diamonds, quite valuable. Almost as beautiful as the Lady Georgia. Bien. If you win, you receive the boat pass. If I win, I get The necklace. Let's begin. I have won as you. We must play for something real. Something a man would die for. What do you wish to put down in return? A book? Well, maybe I see you again. Before you die. Adieu.
You have the irritating habit of appearing most unexpectedly. Ah, such disapproving looks. And you are wrong. I will leave the ship alive. Get me off this ship and the painting and its plans are yours. I am a patriot, but I prefer to be a living, not a dead patriot. I think Mr. Riviera has given you something, yes? Do we make a deal? The pass for the painting. A deal. But first, the pass.
My orders are to allow nobody above this deck. Orders to be maintained. Last thing we need's a riot. If you go down there, I can't guarantee you'll come back. It's dangerous down there. Quickly now.
Mrs. Conklin, she's stolen my baby. I was to meet Mr. Conklin, but she showed up instead, demanding the letter. I let her hold the baby so I could get my hands free. I let her, and she took him. She told the steward that he was hers. He wouldn't let me follow her to first class. She's leaving with my baby. Take the letter. Find her. See if she'll trade the baby for it. Please, you're our only hope.
Get that baby for Mrs. Conklin. Trade the letter.
You made it! There's not much time left. Now get up on the boat deck. Orders to be maintained. Last thing we need's a riot. Now get up on the boat deck.
What do you want? He's mine now. No one will know. He'll have a good life with me instead of that penniless girl. Leave. I'm getting on that boat. The letter. You have it? It can ruin us. Ruin me. I'll trade you. The letter for the child. Hurry! The letter for the child. Here. Take it.
Don't push. Keep your hands well inside the boats.
Nobody's allowed above this deck. Those are orders. Last thing we need's a riot. I'll try to remember you on the way up. Good luck.
You got him back. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. You did the right proper thing, you did. You got me thanks. Go on, get up top with my sister and the baby. Save them.
No, Jack, no. Not without you.
Hush now. Hush. There'll be no luck for men like me up top. I'll try me luck back here, in the stern. Get moving.
It's best I be going now. Take me to the boats.
Thank you. I'll not forget this.
It's first class I'm in. I'll never forget what you done. God protect you.
I say, old bean, absolute madhouse, don't you think? People running hither and thither, no organization, no plan of attack.
Henry doesn't think the situation calls for panic.
Lunatics, all of them, running about like rabbits with a stoat at the hole.
The lapse in social order is absolutely shocking.
Boats! Ha! If I were captain.
Such people, they're not dressed for first cabin, like those two immigrants on the second-class stairwell. Really, something should be done. The woman's quite upset.
Sodding foreigners!
I can't possibly get in these boats.
I agree. Packing the women off in such crowded quarters.
Frightfully cramped.
Like tinned mullet.
The Titanic is perfectly safe, isn't it?
I say, I'm in need of a gin.
Not now, Henry, not now. The officer there, he wants me in the boat.
They say the smoking room's still open.
Goodness, I do believe I hear running water.
Perhaps we can play a few hands with that Frenchman.
Henry, I do think we should stay here with the boats.
Blast it all, Ribena. Pitch yourself in. I say, old bean, coming with?
Yes, do get in. We so enjoy the company.
Hoist a leg, old bean. In you go.
Tell them we did our best. Tell them...
Vlad left the sinking ship without the ruby yacht, nor did he have the real Lambeth diamonds. The Black Hand never got its funds, money intended to finance a wave of terrorism across the Balkans. One of the intended targets, the heir to the Austrian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. His murder might have started a war. We were lucky. We got peace instead. As for the painting, it left with me. The plans proved useless. In the month following the sinking, the War Office scrapped the proposed deployments in a cost-cutting measure. But the canvas? As the only artifact saved from the Titanic, the painting became famous. Along with its creator, a rather excitable Austrian named Adolf Hitler, who makes a lucrative career to this day, peddling overpriced alpine vistas to the carriage trade. I left the ship with Willie's notebook. Eventually, it found its way to the Russians. The Tsar's secret police were grateful, and the names Stalin, Lenin, and Trotsky vanished from history. The communist revolution aborted. I didn't really realize it then, but that night 30 years ago was one of history's most crucial. Though the Titanic carried 1,500 to the death, a peaceful world would be their epitaph. Our mission was a success. With no wars or bloody revolutions to derail us, prosperity and progress has flowed into every corner of the globe, bringing humanity a security known only to the privileged few before the Titanic sailed. Today, on April 14th, 1942, I am leaving the service to retire in a world at peace. One can only imagine how different it could have been, would have been, if we had failed.